Tula's Tips for Caregivers. Health is on the air with Tula Wooten, your source to go for resources and information to help you in this rewarding but sometimes challenging role. Tula's Tips for Caregivers is brought to you by Age Well Institute at Baptist Health, by Elmcroft Assisted Living and Memory Care. Now here's Tula.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Tula with Tula's Tips for Caregivers. For those of you who are first-time listeners, my name is Tula Wooten, and I've been hosting a radio show for caregivers in America for about 7 years now. As we all know, there are over 44 million caregivers in the United States today, and many of us, because I am one, are caring for a frail elder, someone who is over the age of 65, 70, and has some chronic long-term illnesses that need to be managed. We, the family caregiver, are truly the backbone of our healthcare system in the United States. As a matter of fact, when you read the statistics, the stats show that the caregiving value in America, if we were all paid a whopping minimum wage, is $570 billion with a B. Yes, our worth is over $570 billion. It's all the hours we take and spend caring for the loved ones that we have in our life. And we do it because they are our loved ones, the people that we love. But caring for our frail elders involves a lot, including the day-to-day routine of helping them with their activities of daily living, helping them with their legal, administrative, financial, and health insurance needs. And so I have a guest with me today who's going to talk about some of the health insurance needs and how you can help your frail elder enroll in a Medicare plan. My guest today is Beth Torre. She is the broker manager for the Medicare side of Aetna here in Northeast Florida, where I reside. So, Beth, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Tula. I appreciate you asking me to be here.
Well, I'm really glad you could be here with us today because I know you have some special news to share with us. Most of us know that open enrollment for insurance and for Medicare plans has ended, but I understand there is something special going on for some folks in some states, and it's called an SEP. What is an SEP, Beth?
Excellent question, Tula. An SEP stands for Special Enrollment Period. And this is a time when you can enroll in a plan outside your normal enrollment period. And CMS, the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare, have issued an SEP, Special Enrollment Period, for some of the people that were affected by hurricanes. And because of the hurricanes or fires or things like that, weather-related emergencies or natural disasters, as identified by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is FEMA, those individuals that were too busy to be able to think about enrolling during the open enrollment period may have a special enrollment period.
Okay, so the government's being good to those of us who were affected by Irma and Matthew last year and other natural disasters. That's good to hear. When does this special enrollment...
Let me clarify that. Clarify it just a little bit. It's not Matthew last year.
Okay.
We're talking about things that have just happened this fall, like Harvey, Irma, and Maria, as well as some of the fires in California. That's what we're talking about, things that would have affected them during this open enrollment period. Open enrollment is from October 15th to December 7th on a normal year. But because people were dealing with some of these natural disasters, they may have not had the time to even be able to think about changing plans like they might have wanted to do. So just want to clarify that.
I'm glad you did that. Thank you, because I was wrong in the way I stated it earlier. So really good of FEMA to do this for us and our federal government to help those folks who were affected by these natural disasters this year, who obviously most likely couldn't have had the time to deal with their insurance needs. So for those of us who are here in Northeast Florida, where I reside, many of us were impacted by Irma. So I would encourage you to take advantage of this. Tell me, when does this open enrollment period, this special enrollment period end, Beth?
The special enrollment period will end the end of this month, December 31st, 2017. And some of the people that may be eligible for this are people who have not previously changed their plan or enrolled in another plan during open enrollment, people that were in locations where they were affected by natural disasters, and that those are the people that may be eligible for this. So some of the latest clarification from CMS for impacted areas are some counties in Alabama, California, the entire state of Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Texas. Now, they have to reside in one of the counties or the state where one of these disasters took place at the time that it took place. In other words, if you just moved to Florida after Irma, then you would not be eligible for this.
Makes perfect sense, but it is wonderful that the federal government has decided to extend this open enrollment period for those people who were affected. Can people wait till after the holidays to decide what to do?
You can wait. You just need to go ahead and choose a plan and enroll in it if you're in one of these categories prior to December 31st. And then the new plan will take effect on January 1. So they've got very little time left, and what they need to do is either enroll online, they can contact their local agent if they're working with an agent, or they can call the company directly to enroll or change a plan. Normally we suggest that you contact an agent because they will be able to help you look at all the different plans out there and that are available, but any of those ways to enroll are fine. But you have very little time left, only till the end of the year.
Yeah, it's just about 10 days from now, so I hope those of you who are listening will heed this advice. If you don't have an insurance plan, or if you want to make changes in your current plan or enroll in something you don't have now, time is of the essence. How do people actually do that? You said a little bit about contacting your agent, but is there a website that people can go to find out more information? I just wanted to say, for those folks who want to do this, maybe to look at maybe enrolling in a new plan or changing their plan, is there a website that they can go to? How do people actually do this? You mentioned contacting your own agent. Some folks may have an agent and can directly contact them, but for folks who may want to change plans or go to something new for the first time, is there a website or somewhere that they can go look at for changing their plans?
Absolutely. You can go to the Medicare website, www.medicare.gov, and you'll be able to put in your information. You can even list prescriptions in there if you're taking prescriptions, and it will come up and tell you the plans available in your area. And also, if you do put your prescriptions in, based on probably the best plan for you, based on what you have entered. So that's a very easy thing to do, and then you can click on any of the plan, or you can click on the plan that you choose to enroll, and it will take you to that carrier's website so you can go ahead and enroll. But absolutely, go right on the Medicare website.
So that's just Medicare.gov, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. So listeners, if you're out there and because of the natural disasters that we've had, be it Irma or Harvey or Maria or any of the fires out in California, I feel so bad for all of those folks who've been so negatively impacted by all of these disasters we've had. I know it's been hard to manage life. You're taking care of your loved one. You've got possible damage to your house, or maybe you've lost your house. Your insurance needs have probably been the last thing on your mind, although we all know how important that is and how we all have to have good coverage. So if you need to do this, you've got about 10 days to get on to a website or contact your agent. It's not too late, is our message here from Beth and from myself. You have till December 31st. And so I would encourage all of you who are in this situation to go to Medicare.gov, contact your agent, reach out, and make the changes that you need to make. It is not too late. Beth, do you have any other words of advice for folks in this situation?
Well, we're all struggling with the rebuilding and the things that are going on, and we certainly understand what's going on. And my heart goes out to anybody out there that's been affected, by the natural disasters that are out there. Tula, I want to thank you very much, and thank you for all your organization does. I've been in the caregiver situation myself, and you are an invaluable resource. I can't even say enough. So I want to really thank you for what you do also.
Well, Beth, that's really kind of you. I do appreciate it. Those of you who've been listening to my show for any time, you know that my passion is there for you. I care about caregivers. I have been one for the last 5 years for both of my parents. I know the struggles you face daily, but I also know that there are sweet joys in taking care of someone you love so much. So here we are at the holiday season, and I know that the holidays can be tough when you're taking care of someone that you love. There are extra stresses added to all of us during the holiday season. But if I could add any tips to you, along with making sure that you've got your insurance needs in order and other things, your financial needs in order, just step back and breathe. Take deep breaths. Think about what the holiday season is all about for you. It's all about being with family. If you are a caregiver, this is the year that you don't have to make everything perfect. You don't have to bake all the cookies and buy and wrap all the gifts, and take some of the pressure off of yourself, and remember that this is the time to sit and reflect on all that you're thankful for, and that is, of course, your family. Rejoice with your family. Look at photographs. Have sweet memories. Create sweet memories with your family, and again, take some of the stress off. It's just all the things we put on ourselves just isn't that important. But it is important to take care of your own insurance needs. So if you've not done that, I encourage you to take Beth's advice and get that wrapped up before the end of the year. Again, thank you for all of you who've been listening to my show for years and faithfully following me. I really do appreciate it. And as I end every show, I want to just say many blessings to you during this holiday season. The Lord be with you. I care, and you can reach me at ToulasTipsForCaregivers.com. That's TOULAS. tipsforcaregivers.com. Beth, thank you again, and I wish you a happy holiday season as well.
Oh, thank you, Tula. Thank you so much.
Happy holidays, everyone. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Tula, and I'm here to talk to you about Baptist's new Age Well Institute. Are you caring for a loved one who's 65 or older? Are you a boomer like myself who's caring for a parent? And perhaps your parent has been experiencing some decline in their overall health. Let me highly recommend to you the Baptist Age Well Institute. They have the only real geriatrician here in Northeast Florida who is able to look at the whole person. Their comprehensive approach includes a nurse, a doctor, a social worker, a pharmacist, a dietitian. They have their own physical therapy there. They can work with folks with memory disorders. My goal is to help you, the caregiver, find an organization that can care for your loved one who's 65 or older. I take my own parents there, and I highly recommend the Age Well Institute at Baptist. Please give them a call at 904-202-4243. Again, that's 904-202-4243. You'll be so glad you did.
Have you read the new book, Love Stories and Timeless Tips yet? It's by our own Tula Wooten with Tula's Tips for Caregivers. Tula is a caregiver, too, as well as an expert on caregiving. You can get it in paperback or on Kindle at Amazon.com. The book is filled with touching stories of caregivers taking care of their loved ones. Each chapter has helpful ideas that we all can use. I love that Tula included a Tula's tip with each story. Her message to caregivers is clear. Take care of yourself so that you can take care of your loved one. This is a beautiful book for all caregivers to read, whether you're a part-time, full-time, or long-distance caregiver, or someone receiving care. You should get the book today. Just go to Amazon.com. Search for Love Stories and Timeless Tips by Tula Wooten.